sports.
Welcome to the Shot Clock, where we're talking sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and we're 100% digital, 100% live, and 100% real. Let's count them down. Welcome to another edition of the Shot Clock. It's our digital sports show. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat. We join you every Monday at noon on R&B Philly's digital properties, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I want to bring in my brother, podcaster and sportscaster, Sean Bell.
What up?
Happy belated birthday, Gemini season. We in here.
Old man status, man. I'm an old man.
You are now old man, okay? Age isn't here. It's in your head.
And tell my hip that. Tell my knees that. I ain't Megan Thee Stallion, okay?
You don't got Megan knees?
I ain't got Megan knees, hips. I ain't got none of that, all right? Disintegrated.
How was your birthday, babe?
Again, I'm old. I ain't do nothing. I went out to eat. Like, I don't celebrate that no more. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't 21, 25, 30. Maybe I'll celebrate in a few years my 40th, but a random 36, 37 for what?
Did you have a drink at least?
Nope.
Oh man, we gotta fix that, Sean.
Nope. I had Cheesecake Factory. That's what makes me happy. I didn't even eat there. I just ordered it and went home.
We need to improve that, Sean.
I told you, Grandpa.
I'm gonna treat you nice. You deserve
Thank you.
Right?
Talk to me nice.
You're a high quality man or whatever.
Oh, okay, Kevin. Okay, Mr. Samuels.
All right, let's put ourselves on the shot clock and try to beat the buzzer. Let's talk about what's in our playbook. Danny Green, Sixers' own Danny Green, is injured after playing 4 minutes in Game 3 of the Sixers and Hawks series. Danny Green hurt himself. Turns out he has a calf strain and will be out for at least 2 weeks. Sean, I'm not a big Danny Green fan. I think he's fickle. I don't think he's consistent. And I think that we're really starting to see his non-competitiveness in this series. How do you feel about Danny particularly? I don't think we're going to miss him with this injury. I think it's really insensitive for me to say that, but I'm just being honest here. And who do you think that should start in his place?
I mean, listen, Danny Green is an older player, right? Like this isn't the Danny Green who was winning championships with the Spurs and teams of the past. So yes, he can hit a three that's clutch from time to time, but he's not going to give you consistency. So him being out and giving other role players a chance to step up is actually better for the Sixers' future and immediate future. Furkan Korkmaz gets those minutes. You see what he does. And then again, Furkan and Shake have been guys that the Sixer fans have wanted to curse out for a long time, okay? But they're starting to step up. So I like to see Furkan. I like to see Shake get the minutes and play well, because if they're going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks, the Brooklyn Nets, the Utah Jazz, the Phoenix Suns, they're going to need those guys to step up. I like to see Furkan in a starting lineup just because I like Matisse coming off the bench, giving that energy and being able to defend Trae Young when Ben Simmons doesn't have to guard him.
I will say Furk has definitely come a long way. I know he struggled defensively for a while, and now I see him starting to pick that up, his defensive prowess. I will say that when it comes to our weaknesses, I've even been saying this early in the season. Danny Green, I've always, in my opinion, has been a weakness, and I've seen it before we even got to the playoffs. And I think the playoffs is really exploiting that, in my opinion. So I am along the same lines as you, Sean. I think our younger guys need to develop. And I applaud Doc for giving them a chance. A lot of the time, some of these, especially with playoff times, these coaches will go to the veteran seasoned players because they know what to do in certain clutch situations. I really think it's admirable that Doc is going to his younger guys, the Shakes, letting Kurt go in there. Even though Shake Milton hasn't really been doing much in the past couple of games, to take that risk and put him in the game and see what he can do. And you saw Shake came up big. So I see where you're going with the Korkmaz. I'm more so I'm the kind of girl that I prefer Thibault out there. I would like to see, I've been advocating for Thibault to start for Danny even before Danny got hurt. I just like him and Ben at the top of the key. especially with Trae Young and what he's doing. Lord,
Yeah.
I'm stripping over here. My clothes are falling off. I really like Tyrese Maxey too. I would not be mad if he started Maxey. I know Maxey's a young player. He has to learn, but I really love his energy. And I feel like when I need a spark, to your point about spark off the bench, it's always Tyrese. So I consider Tyrese a young OG. I would like him to get that starting place in the playoffs to set his career off, because I think Maxey and Thibault, and specifically Maxey, are going to be guys that we see really become leaders in this league.
Yeah, defensively, that's great. The only problem is offensively, you don't have three-point shooters. That was the whole point of Danny Green and Steph Curry. You have Ben and Joel on the court. You need people to stretch the court and give Joel Embiid a break, because he's going to get doubled and triple teamed. So that's why some people would go with Korkmaz, is because that stretches the court. Thibault is not a three-point shooter yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get that. We'll see what happens. The game is tonight, 7:30. Okay. Joel Embiid, congratulations to our guy. He's one of the 10 finalists for the NBA's season-long Community Assist Award. Other people that are up for this are former Sixers Josh Richardson and Drew Holiday are also finalists. Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Russell Westbrook, also all finalists. He actually won the award in March. They have monthly awards, and then they have the season-long award. So remember, he donated $100,000 in March to 3 organizations to combat homelessness. He's been doing a lot with trying to feed people and working with, different healthcare workers during the pandemic. So if Joel wins this, the NBA will make a $25,000 donation on his behalf to the Covenant Charity House here in Philly, which is a homeless youth organization. Now, I think for the organization, this would be an incredible win, because we didn't get the MVP award. We didn't get the Defensive Player of the Year award. So I think this Community Assist Award would definitely kind of hurt or help the hurt that we feel from not winning those awards.
No, it won't.
Come on.
No one's like, this is a beautiful thing that they're doing, but no one's going to really remember this. This is not going to trend on Twitter. So it's not going to help her. Listen, Ben Simmons should have been a Defensive Player of the Year. There's no doubt. Rudy Gobert, you see what happens to him when he gets exposed. Mm-hmm. Ben was like, yo, I dropped 42 on that dude. Like, what we doing?
Right.
But Embiid couldn't have won the MVP. I'm sorry. I know Philly fans hate me for that, but no way, no how can you win MVP missing 30% of the games.
Well, it's frustrating because we agree with you, but we just don't understand the logic. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly the best player out there. And, the Joker is not better than him as a player overall.
That's never been what the MVP award is about. It's not about the best player. It's about the most successful season and not being there. But I don't even want to make it about that. Joel Embiid,
we're not going to get into that. We had this argument
Joel Embiid, because I don't want to take the shine away. Joel Embiid is doing a tremendous job in the community. Ever since he came to Philadelphia,
right.
It was trust the process. I love Philadelphia, and I'm going to do everything for this city and everything for this community, and this shows it. So he just deserves that reward off of that for how much he means to this city and how much he's contributed, even when he wasn't playing.
The way I'm looking at things right now is every win is a win for us. I think we've had an incredible season. We were number 1 for the majority of the season, and to not get the MVP or to not get Defensive Player of the Year is really a blow to the incredible things that we've done this season. So any win is a win. We get the Community Assist Award for the season. Yes, it's a win. We get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yes, it's a win. We to be hoisting that trophy. Okay, everything is small wins. We need to get these wins because people are not recognizing the accolades at this point, in my opinion.
It doesn't matter.
Thanks.
The champions just go out there and win a chip, and none of it will matter.
Right. If you want to vote, you can vote now until Friday. You can vote by tweeting hashtag NBA Community Assist, and then you have to put the player's handle, which in this case is Joel Embiid, or you can hashtag the player's first name and the player's last name, hashtag Joel Embiid, okay? Just so we know, this is selected by fans and an NBA executive panel, and this is going to be announced during the playoffs, all right? Now, speaking of the playoffs, Steph Curry is now a Sixers fan. Welcome to the bandwagon, Steph. We appreciate it. He sat down with the San Francisco Chronicle, and he revealed that he's now a Sixers fan, and he has a very bold prediction for the team, for not only for the team, but also for his brother. He said he's a pseudo Sixer fan now. in quotations, okay? And he says that he's predicting a Philadelphia-Utah finals with Philadelphia winning. Yes, we like the vibe, Steph. And his brother, Steph Curry, winning the MVP finals trophy. Do you see this happening? Are you on the same path as another person that really should have been the MVP, in my opinion, Steph Curry?
I mean, Steph didn't make the playoffs, so how can he be MVP? But listen,
let's not talk about that because your boy got swept in the series. So we're not gonna do that. Okay.
It's a regular season award. It's a regular season award, Mina. That's the point. It doesn't matter what happens to the playoffs, but you got to at least make the playoffs.
Okay, you're not that valuable if you can't get your team one win against the Suns. But you can go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
It's regular season, Mina. That's the point. The playoffs doesn't matter. You are that valuable.
Go ahead.
Listen, that's what you're supposed to do. That's your brother. When Steph was in the NBA Finals, guess who was there? Steph Curry, supporting him. And on top of that, Doc Rivers is a part of the family. Steph Curry is married to Doc Rivers' daughter.
Yeah.
So this is a family affair. So of course, if my brother, shout out to Don Bell, if I'm in something, I better be his favorite person in the world. He better be rooting for my squad. So that's just Steph doing what he has to do for his bro. Of course, he'll never win the Finals MVP, but that's okay. You should want your brother to get that.
That's hate talk right there.
Hate over Joel, come on.
I know. But let me give some backstory. So Sean comes from a very elite sports family.
I want to say that.
I would say that, okay? Sean is very modest. But Sean and his brother, Don Bell, literally run Philadelphia sports.
Okay.
Literally. Hello, you a high value man, Sean. You better let him know. Okay. His brother, Don Bell's on CBS, and then Sean does what he does, and they're both literally, you guys are Philadelphia's. You're like the Power brothers of sports. Y'all need a show together. I'm advocating for that.
We try to do a little something. But yes, Steph Curry saying all the right things for little bro.
Right. And the brothers need to support themselves. And the Bell brothers support themselves as well here in Philadelphia. Okay. That is the playbook. Let's get to a word from one of our sponsors.
Stop overpaying for wireless. Switch to Boost Mobile and watch your bill drop. Plans starting at $10 a month that match your data needs. Think your phone company can get down like that? Get started for as low as $10 a month. All on America's largest 5G network for less. Boost Mobile.
We are right on time. It's the ShotClock, our digital sports show. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat. I have the high value man, Sean Bell here, sportscaster and podcaster. So let's get into some things that are trending. Right now we're heavy into basketball, but the Eagles are in training camp and they're doing their thing. It's nice to see when the guys are, bonding and starting their hot boy summer. We love to see it. Let's watch this video of them having some fun in the sun, in the water.
Little scoop, little finger roll. I like to see it.
We like it. Dallas Goedert, Fletcher Cox, and Avonte Maddox having a nice little, off the field bonding. Let me tell you, Sean, I love to see this. Like we played the video of Carson Wentz bonding with his team. I feel like this is how championships grow and teams are rebuilt. You have to start with the connection with your teammates, and it has to be there. So I love seeing stuff like this when they're on their free time, just kind of developing that relationship, because that definitely bleeds onto the court.
Yeah, I mean, this is also a regular occurrence. Like, guys have friends on the teams, they kick it, they hang out. Now they just film it sometimes. So, you know what I mean? It's great to see the guys getting along, having some fun, having some relaxation before the real thing kicks off in July and August. But, this is boys hanging out, doing what they do. That's all it is.
Right. We love to see it. What we don't love to see is the mess that's been going on, these boxing matches in this Suns and Nuggets series. Some things are getting a little dicey, a little crazy, not only on the court, but off the court. Watch this. He said Suns in 4. That is literally a visual representation of what the Suns did to the Nuggets. Beat their ass.
How do you get work like that? You had the higher ground. You had you and your boy, and you got punked like that. Like you just got straight uppercuts with ease. And it wasn't even like he was worried about getting hit. Like he held his jersey down, gave him a bunch of uppercuts, and laughed at his boy. Like, come on, you can never show your face anywhere in that arena, anywhere outside of that arena with any respect.
You know, the guy tried to sucker punch him too, like sneak him. And like he came out of nowhere, like boom. And then he's the one that got kind of beat up here. This is crazy. I don't know what it is with the fans. You know, sometimes it's entertaining to us to watch what's going on. But I feel like we came out of quarantine, these fans, and they're just absolutely crazy. Like fighting in the stands, throwing popcorn, throwing water bottles. Like it is insane.
Listen, fans, that's just what happens with drunk fans, though. Like that has happened way before quarantine. It probably happens the same amount. Drunk fans get into it, they fight. That happens at almost every single game. Okay, so let them have it. Let them have fun. Listen, when I was 16 years old, a grown 40-year-old man tried to fight me at a New England Patriots game. I'm like, yo, fam, I'm 15, 16 years old, and you mad at me because I'm rooting for the other team. Like, and it's like 3 40-year-olds.
Who were you rooting for? The Patriots?
No, I was rooting for the 49ers in this game.
Oh, okay.
My brother went to school in Boston.
Okay.
At Boston U. So he was like, yo, let's go to a football game. So it happened to be 49ers New England. And I was like, I'm going to root for the Niners. And they were not happy about that.
Well, our league MVP, Mr. Jokic, wasn't happy at all. He got a little brave, got ejected from game 4 of the series before they got swept. Watch this.
Jokic inside, off, rebound, collected by Bridges. Foul on Jokic, down goes Payne and across the face, and here we go. Cameron Payne is still down. And you've got the two superstars going jaw to jaw here in Jokic and Devin Booker.
Poor Cameron Payne, he got slapped in the face. I just don't like any of this. First of all, he's the league MVP. Why are you acting like this? You're mad because you're being swept. So that's why you want to get into Devin Booker's face. And then the crowd, MVP. This is not how the league MVP should be acting. This is trash. This is trash.
Soft. You soft, Mina. Cameron Payne is soft. Everyone complaining is soft. Here's my beef. We all complain about soft basketball and how we wish things were back in the 90s and 80s. Oh, we wish they let them play. We wish that they pushed around and they were tougher. But when someone does something that's a la 1980s, that's a la Detroit Pistons, then we act like it's overboard. Like he grazed his face. First of all, he hit the entire ball, slapped down, and grazed his face while doing so. Get up, Cameron Payne. That should back in 15 years ago. 15 years ago, that's not a flagrant.
Sean, you can't hit someone's nose. That's probably, when you're fighting someone, they tell you aim for the jaw or aim for the nose. Those are the two most sensitive spots on your face. He swiped at his nose.
He did not swipe at his nose. Look at a replay, Mina. He hit the entire basketball with his hand.
We should have
while doing so and swiping aggressively, he hit his face also. That's soft, okay?
Amir, do we have the whole video? Because
no replay. He hit the entire basketball. That's a fact.
Where you kind of see a different angle where you see him really just swiping down on his nose. We must not have it.
You know what part hit his nose? His bicep. Because he's strong. He hit the whole ball with his hand. Stop being soft out. Even shout out to the NBA players who chimed in. Shout out to Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies, a star, who said flat out that is soft. That should not be a flagrant. Multiple players chimed in with that and said that's a soft call to be thrown out.
I just think that it was the wind up. You can't wind up in the new NBA rules. So he wound up, brought it down, the intensity of how hard he brought it down, right? You're hitting the man's nose, and then you want to go and have FaceTime with Devin Booker.
No.
All of this is trashy.
Devin Booker then ran into his face, and you know what Jokic said? What's up? I'm not one of those soft Euro dudes. I'm from one of those dudes in Europe that got Russians and Serbian gangsters. Like, he was dead face. Like, I don't care. That's soft.
He needed to be thrown out. I agree with the foul.
You got a soft nose and chin. If my bicep swiping against you can knock you out.
His hand hit the nose.
His hand did not hit his nose, Mina.
From the angle that I saw multiple angles, it did.
Hey, let's bet money. Let's bet dinner right now. We can look at the replay together afterwards.
I'm taking you out to dinner anyway for your birthday. We turning up, okay? You a high value man. You need to turn up for your birthday.
I'm just saying, let's make a bet here, and we can watch the replay together and show it on the next show.
Okay, all right. Well, I wish Amir, we had the longer version, and I asked Amir to cut it down. You see a different angle.
His hand did not hit him. His bicep.
Yes, he did. His hand hit his nose.
Okay. All right, I'm betting you. That's all I got to put.
I seen the angle. I wouldn't say this if I didn't see it.
We've already bet it, so
okay,
we'll figure it out when we watch the replay together.
There's the hitting the nose with the hand, and then there's him trying to be a gangster against Devin Booker when you're
his hand didn't hit anything. Well, Devin Booker don't run up unless you swing it.
He mad because they got swept. So congratulations to the Suns who are going to the Western Conference Championship after sweeping the Nuggets 4-0.
Still got that MVP though.
By default. We're not gonna go into that.
Ain't no default.
It was a default.
He had 32, 20, and 10. The fourth player ever to do that in history in a playoff game.
That's cute, Joel Embiid.
Let me sip my tea.
No, Joel Embiid is still better. So our Sixers return home on Wednesday. Tonight we have the second away game in Atlanta at 7:30. Now, thanks to Michael Rubin, there have been Atlanta players left and right at our home court being very prominent. Quavo was at the last game, and then Lil Baby was also at a game, and he was trash talking to the Sixers fan that we love. We call him the Sixth Man. Watch this.
Yeah, we ain't playing. Who you with today? What team you with today? You with the Hawks? Oh, yeah. Tell me you'll die by the Sixers. Kick your ass.
Sixers gonna kick your ass. Do we like this? Because I started to get really annoyed when they kept like focusing on Quavo, and I'm like, no, we need to focus on Meek Mill. We need Beanie Siegel. We need Eve. We need Will Smith. We need those kinds of Philadelphia representation sitting at courtside, and we need the attention on them.
That's on Philly celebrities. Come to the game. Where you at, Kevin Hart? What you mean? Like
what I need.
The more celebrities, the better for your atmosphere. So you want all the celebrities, Atlanta and Philadelphia, but it ain't their fault. The more popular celebrities are coming from Atlanta, like Philly. Bring out your people. That's on the Philadelphia celebrities to make sure they go. Because if you think if Kevin Hart and Will Smith want to go, they're not going to go. They're not going to be able to get there and sit front row.
Right. Tierra Whack was at the game. She sure was. She got a little bit of screen time, yes. And I know.
Shout out to Tierra Whack, but she's not Quavo. Like.
Right.
She doesn't have the star power as Quavo, so that's why they showed her. Like the people with star power, Bradley Cooper, where y'all at? Jill Scott.
Right. And that's kind of where I'm going. Like, okay, I get that Atlanta's being represented, but I need our people to be a little bit more represented as well. I feel like I just keep seeing Atlanta rappers. I know Meek Mill is there, but Meek goes to a lot of the games. So he's kind of like, we're used to seeing him there, but where's Lil Dicky? Where's Kevin Hart? Where's Will Smith? Where are these local people that have that star power? And they need to be focused on. Now, I did a little poll because I was wondering if people cared about this as much. So Atlanta rappers Quavo and Lil Baby have been courtside at the Sixers home games. Do we like this? So 18% said yes, it's motivational. 12% said no, stay in Atlanta. And 70% said they do not care. So apparently people don't care. This is something just that I've noticed. I just want to see us represented more at these games. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
because 70% of the people are watching from home and
they're
not seeing Quavo every second. They're just
I was
watching the
watching
game.
it on TV. They kept showing Quavo. I'm like, none of our rappers are there. Why do I keep seeing Quavo?
See, that's the music head, the DJ in you. Like right. That's why you care. Like someone who's not into that is just saying, all right, that's just another fan to me. Like I'm waiting for the ball to get, checked in.
Right. I get it. So let's get into our plays this week. First, I want to look at the whole league bracket right now and see where we're at. As we talked about, the Phoenix Suns swept the Denver Nuggets. They go on to the Western Conference Finals. Congratulations to them. This Milwaukee and Brooklyn series is craziness. First of all, we went into this series thinking that it was going to be a good series. Brooklyn goes up 2-0 to start the series. Now we're like, oh, the Bucks are going to get swept. James Harden gets injured. Kyrie gets injured. The Bucks win 2. Now this is an actual series, and it's exciting. And you don't care, Sean.
No, it's just very disappointing because I feel like this is every other year. It feels like over the last 6 or 7 years, the championship has been decided by injuries, right? Like I wanted to see a fully healthy Brooklyn team against a fully healthy Sixers team, right? Like it's around the league, so no Kyrie, no James Harden. They can't beat Milwaukee with just one star. Who knows if someone comes back? Joel Embiid, hopefully he stays healthy. But right, it's all been about, and right now it looks like he's 90%. Hopefully he stays healthy. But it's like that across the league, whether it's Jamal Murray for the Nuggets, whether it's does Chris Paul hold up because he's been injured. Donovan Mitchell missed some playoff time earlier in this thing. So that's all it is. It's disappointing to see so many injuries because I wanted to see everybody at their best. I wanted Philadelphia to face everybody at their best. Again, I'll take it. You'll take a championship anyway, but it's a little disappointing to missing so much star power.
Amir, can we go back to that? Who do you think is going to win between this other series, the Clippers and the Jazz? The Jazz, obviously.
That's tough. I think the Clippers have a really good chance of coming back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think. If Paul George, it's all on Paul George. He's been pandemic P or playoff P, right? So pandemic P has been terrible. So if he plays like playoff P, like he did last game, I think they come back to beat Utah. But I mean, I think Utah is in the driver's seat. I think if Donovan Mitchell, again, he has some injuries. If he stays healthy, they should win because I don't trust the consistency of the Clippers. They have everything to win. Yeah, it's just the inconsistency of Paul George in that bench.
Right. Let's take a look at our series. As I mentioned, we are playing tonight, 7:30. It's an away game. We come back Wednesday for a home game. I'll actually be at that game. And then depending on if the Hawks can pull out a game 2, we might go to Friday, and if they can pull off 3, we might go to Sunday, which is Father's Day. I say Sixers in 6. What are you saying, Sean?
That's what I said in the beginning too. I said Sixers in 6. I think the Hawks have one more game where Trae Young goes out his mind and the Sixers bench disappears. Right? I think there's one more game of that, and that's the game they win. That might be the game tonight, and then the Sixers sweep easily the next 2. I think the Hawks will get hot one more time to win a game. But again, it's going to be an easy 6 though. As easy as a 6-game series can be.
Yeah. And then hopefully we'll see the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And we say hopefully. People sleeping on the Bucks.
No. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Bucks. I'm just scared of James Harden pulling a Joel Embiid, which is, oh, I'm hurt, but then goes on the court and scores 37 points. Or I'm scared of Kyrie pulling a Joel Embiid. There's too many things that you cannot plan for with the Brooklyn Nets. So I'd rather take the more stable Bucks where you can plan for that, because you don't have these wild cards of maybe James Harden and Kyrie Irving come back the same game and whoop ass. I'm not trying to go up against that.
And let me just say this, from what I'm hearing, from what I was told, Kyrie, he left the game in a walking boot with that type of ankle, so he's going to be really doubtful. But James Harden hasn't played in practice yet. He's only shot the ball, so he hasn't had any real running up and down the court. So usually when that happens, you're still some time away from actually getting on the court. So Game 5 is going to be real iffy if either KD and Harden plays. If Harden does play, just know he hasn't practiced at all.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is some of these high caliber players, we know that they can be injured and still play because a championship is a lot more important, and they sacrifice their bodies a lot of the time. I mean, I felt like Joel said the same thing. And, we were all worried about Joel. I don't think Joel's going to try to preserve his body if he's really in a bad place. Yeah. Joel is like, I'm this close. I'm not going to let it slip. I need this championship. I need something. He's there. So I don't, even if he's not practicing, I don't put it past them with being injured.
James didn't take any time off. I mean, Joel didn't take any time off, right? He got hurt, but then the next couple of days he was back on the court shooting, doing some drills.
Right.
James has taken time off and hasn't even done drills.
Right.
So I think he'll 100% go out there and play.
Yeah.
I just don't think he'll necessarily be able to play at a 90% clip like Joel is.
Same. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching the Shot Clock, Sean. I appreciate you. I'm still going to take you out to dinner, even though I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you the clip. Cameron Payne got swiped in the nose by the hand, and there
was I got it. By the bicep, but I got the clip.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check us out next Monday, 12 o'clock on, you see it down here, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm Mina SayWhat, your host. Thank you for watching. It's the Shot Clock. Thanks for watching the Shot Clock. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and you got something you want to talk about next week? You can always hit me up on social media at Mina SayWhat, and make sure you join us 12 o'clock next Monday on R&B Philly's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you then.